Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the AI Shift. This is your weekly 15-minute strategy session designed for business owners who want clarity, not complexity. Whether you're stuck in tool overload, scattered workflows, or just unsure where to start, this is where strategy meets execution. It's designed to reset your week, sharpen your thinking, and turn AI from hype into help. Hi everyone, my name is Craig and I'm very pleased to be with you today to present another edition of the AI Shift. And this week we're looking at AI as departments, when systems become business functions. So let's jump into that section. So AI as departments. So now we're going to move into a very different way of thinking about AI. Not as tools, not as workflows, but we're going to look at how your business is actually structured. Because at a certain point, AI stops being something you use and starts becoming how the business runs. So it's not a tool, it's not a workflow, it's not an addition to your business. It starts becoming how your business runs. We're going to look at that. So most businesses use AI in isolated places. Content over here, automation over there, for some support, maybe a bit of reporting, a bit of writing, a bit of email marketing, and it works. But it never quite feels connected. You still have gaps between systems, inconsistent decisions, manual handoffs, copy and pasting, and things slip through. And that's the frustration. It works, but it doesn't feel like a system. It works, but it's not connected. You have AI in pockets, but there's gaps between your systems and in your systems. So let's look at the myth we're going to bust this week. And there's a common assumption underneath this, that AI is something you add to your business. And you see a lot of people talking about this, and you're adding things and doing prompts and you're adding things to your business. So we add tools, we build workflows, we automate tasks, and we improve pieces. But that is still keeping everything fragmented in your business. So the reality is AI isn't something you add. It's something you organize around. And that's a very different way of thinking, because now the question changes from where can I use AI to how should this function run as a system. So now you've got to change the way of thinking about how you're going to implement and use AI in your business. And the shift is, so instead of building workflows, you start designing functions. Marketing, sales, support, operation. Each one becomes a system that runs itself inside clear rules, inside guardrails, inside clear directions, instructions. Structure creates scale. So now let's look at what we have is called the model for this. So every function can be broken into some simple structure, and that is signal, decision, execution, review. So signal, decision, execution, and review. And if you've been with us for a while and watching our episodes of the AI Shift, we have consistently covered these and come back to these this year in terms of looking at what AI does for you. We look at the signals, the decisions, the execution, and review. So a signal is what matters, what's important. The decision is what should happen. So whatever the signal is, what should happen? The execution is making it happen. And the review is, did it work and what improves? And when those four roles are clear, the function becomes a system. So I'm going to give you an example of how we see this. And let's take marketing, and marketing appears to be the common department that everyone talks about with AI. How they can get a new marketing department or don't need a marketing department because they lead it all to AI. But let's look at the marketing as the old model. AI may help you with generating ideas, writing posts, and analysing performance. So that's your old model. It's fragmented. You're just using it as a tool here, as a chat here, whatever. It's still fragmented, it's still reactive, and it's still dependent upon you or your staff. Now, the new model is now marketing becomes a system, and AI will identify what topics matter, decides what to prioritize, creates the content, schedules it. Now, content can be advertising, it can be videos, it can be blogs, it can be whatever is inside. It can create images. It can do that for you. So it creates the content. Content is just not writing something. Content is everything that you're producing with your marketing department. It can schedule it. AI can schedule it. It can track the performance, and it can feed the learning back into the system. Same tools, different structure. Now, marketing then isn't something you manage. It's something that runs. And it runs at no disrespect to anyone's department and your marketing people. But you'll get a wider view of things with using AI as a system and as your marketing, as part of your marketing. Just by the sheer knowledge and information that AI has versus what you and I or your staff actually keeps in our heads or can remember. I'm not sure if you can remember all the books you've read about consumer behavior, marketing, decision-making, buyer behavior, advertising principles, copywriting principles. I'm not sure how much you can remember of everything you've read, written, and observed. But one thing I know for certain is what I can remember versus what AI can remember and access and analyze is chalk and cheese. I'm very limited in what my memory and what I can recall. AI has no such limitation. So let's look at what your shift is this week. So you pick one function in your business: marketing, sales, support, operations, whatever it may be. One function. Now ask, if this ran as a system, what roles would it need? Then you map signal. So remember signal, what we spoke about before, is what matters. Think of decision, what should happen. Think of execution, make it happen, and review. Did it work and what improves? That's what you do. You then build the system. You don't need more tools. You just need some structure around what you're doing. So take one function, map the roles, build the system, and see how you go. And trial it, test it. You don't scale AI by adding workflows and adding more workflows. You scale AI by turning workflows into systems and systems into functions. And that's when AI stops supporting your business and starts running parts of it for you. So you don't scale AI by adding more workflows. You scale AI by turning workflows into systems and systems into functions. You start to map your workflows, you map your roles, you map your decision making. You then can build systems around that using AI for the various departments in your business. It's something to think about this week, and it's something to start this week for you and your business. It's Wednesday afternoon. After the session, why not block out an hour or 45 minutes or 33 minutes and just start to map this out and then see where you end up by the end of the year. So that's us for this week. I hope you've got something from that, and I hope you spend some time thinking and planning and mapping that out for your business. If you've got any comments, feedback, questions, or ideas for future topics, please leave us a message below. We'll always appreciate any feedback. Helps us improve our business. It's a review for us, what we can improve, what we need to do. And look out for us next week on Wednesday again when we present another edition of the AI Shift. Until then, I hope you have a very good week, a very productive week, an enjoyable weekend. And until then, bye for now.